Hey friends, it is the beginning of December, which means it is time for the 12 stories of Christmas. This is something that I started a few years ago. I love to do this, not necessarily every year, but I like to do it at least every other year, where I tell the 12 stories that lead up to Christmas, which is just a reminder of what it is that we're actually celebrating when we get to December 25th. Why do we celebrate Jesus' birth? Why does it even matter? And so I'm going to start today, and every other day or so until Christmas Eve, I will post another of the stories. And some of them, especially in the beginning, are not going to sound like Christmas stories, but I promise you, if you hang with me to the end, you will see how they all work out. So let's get started with the first story, which is how it all began. So in the beginning, there was God, and there was only God, and God created the world. And this is how he did it. He spoke. He spoke and there was light. There was sun and moon and stars. He spoke and there were birds and trees and plants and fish. He spoke and there was every type of animal that roamed the earth. And God looked at everything that he had made and he said, "This is good." But then God made his special creation. He made a human, and he made that human in his own image. And this is how he did it. He reached down and took some of the dirt that he had created and he formed it into a man. And then he breathed into him and he came to life. And God looked at this creation and he said, "This is good." And he took that man and he put him in a beautiful garden where he was surrounded by all types of trees and plants that would provide anything that he needed to eat. And inside that garden, there were also two very special trees. One was the tree that provided life, and one was the tree that provided the knowledge of good and evil. And God told the man, "Do not eat from the tree that provides the knowledge of good and evil. If you do, you will die." Well, God blessed the man, and he put him over all of creation, and he even gave him some special jobs to do. One of those was naming the animals. And as the man was naming the animals, as they all went by and he saw them, he noticed all of the animals had a companion. They all had another animal that was just like them. But he didn't have anyone like him. In fact, on the whole earth, he was the only one of his kind. And so God said, "It's not good for man to be alone, for him to be the only one. I am going to create a perfect companion for him." And this is how he did it. He took the man and he put him into a deep sleep. And while he was asleep, he reached in and he took one of his ribs and he formed it into a woman. And when God woke the man up, he presented the woman to him and he said, "Wow, at last, someone who is just like me, flesh and bone." Well, God blessed the man and the woman, and he told them to rule over all creation. He told them to be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The man and the woman had a perfect relationship with God, and they had a perfect relationship with each other. In fact, they were even naked, and they weren't ashamed. Well, God looked at everything that he had made now, and he said, "This is very good." And he sat back and he enjoyed his creation. He rested in the fact that everything that he had made was good. And that is the first story of Christmas.